Our f***ing hole is open. Good morning.
Okay, welcome to our 2012 Aliner A-frame pop-up trailer review. This is the 10-foot Sportsman. They've changed the name a couple of times since then, but this is the trailer that we got at the beginning of 2020. So we just wanted to let you know some of the pros and cons from our experience so far and see if it might be right for you. So to get started, the first thing that we were actually having troubles with has been our propane setup. The line here leaks if it has any pressure. I don't know if you can hear that, but it comes right out and you can smell it immediately. And then if we switch the selector over to the other tank, even if it's open, it doesn't go into the trailer. So we can only use one side at a time, which means I have to unscrew this, switch the tanks, and then reattach it. And we have to be careful the way this is lined up, and we can't leave this open too long in case we're leaking propane everywhere. Otherwise, it only has one battery. It's enough to handle your lights and fan, but you can't really run the fridge or anything else for long off of the 12-volt system unless you're plugged into power and can use 120 volt. So that has been our experience so far here. The outdoor shower has been the best feature that we've gotten a lot of use out of just because of having a baby and trying to do more cooking and cleaning. It gives us a little bit more space because inside it's totally cramped with more than one person in there. You're always fighting for getting to things, so at least being able to move some of the cleaning to outside really has helped us. The full-size spare tire has been a lifesaver. It's a must. We were about a mile away from our campsite, as it turns out, when we blew a tire and needed to switch those out. So we got that one repaired and it's been working out for us, but that's definitely something that I'm thankful that we had. Make sure you have your tools with you. We ended up not having a breaker bar, and so the lug nuts were just fastened on too tight, and so on the side of the road we couldn't even switch the tire out, and we had to drive the mile to the RV park, where luckily someone had some tools. They were able to help us get that switched out pretty quickly, but luckily nothing else bad happened. So now we've got our tools, we're ready to go for next time. We may have already mentioned it in one of our other videos, but this is a 10-foot trailer. The storage is really limited. There's only one outside access to the whole trailer, and you can fit a decent amount in here, surprisingly, but everything
it's a little messy.
It's messy, it's cluttered, so you have to dig everything out.
And as you can see, the wheel well takes up a lot of space.
There are two outside outlets which are convenient. However, they're pointed the wrong direction. Some adapters actually can't plug in here unless we put an extension cord in first. So definitely keep that in mind and pack accordingly. Now once you have it set up, it's a great amount of space for one person. But living out of a trailer this small, or spending any amount of time in it with more than one person, definitely creates its challenges. We were able to add some more of our storage to the right side since the stock built-in cabinets were removed prior to us purchasing it. Other great features are the 2-burner propane stove inside, the 3-way stove so it can run off of propane, electric 120 volt as well as electric 12 volt, and a little life hack for all of you potential campers out there is if you're not planning on boondocking or being unplugged for an extended amount of time, we bought an electric heater, and so anytime we're plugged in, we use our electric heater instead of the propane heater, which just makes our propane last a lot longer.
The water tank is also not very large, so we ran out of water after one night.
There's a hot water heater that runs off the propane that holds a few gallons of water, and there's a small holding tank in there as well. With this full, as soon as you have washed a couple of dishes and cooked for one evening, you're completely out of water. So definitely not a great setup for boondocking or being away from a campgrounds, but as long as you have access to fresh water, it's worked out great for us. There's a 12 volt LED light on either side of the trailer They're located a little low because of the way that the trailer folds up and down, so it's not necessarily an ideal spot, but it works well enough. The trailer bed is the biggest size bed we could get in a trailer this small, but again, for 3 people, it could be a lot better. Yeah, so to make this work for us, it takes a little bit of creativity. The baby goes in the far corner, but she can't be too close to the edges because they are not as well insulated, so it gets a little bit colder. Plus she likes to scratch at everything and keep us up all night. And then Jasmine kind of lays diagonally next to the baby, and then I lay, right here on the edge with our heads on opposite sides, so we get to utilize as much.
Kind
of
of the way that you fit shoes in a shoebox.
With our lifestyle, even though this does fold up into a dinette, we don't bother switching it back and forth. And so what we did is we got the stock cushions that came with it and left those at our parents' house. Yeah. And then we just got a memory foam mattress pad that it's a 4-inch one, and so that's all we have. It works good enough. So we try to spend as much time outside the trailer as we can in a day, but this gives us the essentials.
We got this huge pop-up tent, so that is a must with this tiny trailer so that you can spend time outside in any weather.
Yeah, this is actually our second of these tents, but
the wind destroyed 1 or 2.
Oh, actually this is our third, isn't
it? The third one.
This is our third pop-up tent that we've gone through in about 3 months because
well, the package says it can take wind, but it can't. So just so you know, it cannot take wind.
Even if it says right on there that it's wind resistant or high-speed wind tested, that's a bunch of bull. It's gonna break. They break so easy. But as long as it's just to help cover you while you are outside from the rain or from the sun, they work great. One of the pros of this trailer is actually the fan. It's a small space, and so the fan, even on a low setting, really circulates the air quickly. If there's any fumes or smoke from cooking in there, gets them out really quickly. If it's a hot day, it actually moves a lot of air, so it does help even though this does not have a built-in air conditioner. We were in southern Utah, and some of those days were really tough without the air conditioner in the trailer. There is no restroom in this trailer, not even a composting toilet or anything else. So because of the timing with the coronavirus outbreak, we were in a tight spot in a few places because the public restrooms were all closed, businesses and restaurants were all closed. So it was actually hard for us to find a place to use the restroom or to shower. So that was something that if you're looking for an all-inclusive trailer, there are some larger sizes that are heavier that would have a restroom. This one is the smallest size they make, the lightest. Even with ours fully packed up right now, it's only about 1,500 pounds. So it's a huge plus. At 1,500 pounds, you can pull this behind anything. It really beats camping out in a tent or sleeping on an air mattress. We've really enjoyed it, but there are some drawbacks. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video.
If you have any feedback or questions, comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, until next time, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.